It's Tater here, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you a little side project I made and how to make it. Some of you may have already recognized it, but if you haven't, it's CANDYLAND, the board game. So pretty much what you do is you start at the white space, you swing a chance block, it'll notify everybody that you've drawn a card. And I've drawn the lollipop card, which will take me to the lollipop woods. And if you swing it again, of course you actually have to take turns, but it shows a red HUD bar. So you walk over to the red, and then the next player's turn. To do this, it's really easy. You don't even need all of these scripts. I just added them to add different effects to them. The main script that you need is to draw a card. And yes, it's 167 lines of code, but it's all easy. The first thing you want to do is get rid of the first HUD bar, which I named Drawn Card 1, which is that red box that you see. Drawn Card 2 is the HUD bar that's going to be right next to it in case you draw doubles. And once those are deleted, then it throws in another one because it deletes the last HUD that was shown. Then it checks. If they have a lose the turn history for if they land on a licorice space, then it notifies everybody they're on a licorice and it skips their turn. It gets rid of the history of lose a turn and it stops the script right there with an exit. And then else, it will end the script. So else would be if they didn't lose a turn. Then it'll end it and then it'll keep going over to the rest of this underneath the end of. Now it'll notify, okay, this player drew a card. It gives it a little bit of a wait delay, which I put wait 1000 and then notify 3 dots. I did that a few times. And then I checked for the gingerbread card. And because there's 1 in a deck of 64, I checked is random 1 out of 64. And then if that's true, it gives them the HUD bar, which this one is Drawn Card 1, System History, Unused, because I put unused because I don't use it for anything else. And if I fill it up, so I just have like a million unused in the world, every time I ask for that, the whole HUD bar will be filled with the color, which is what I wanted. And then I positioned it to 1050, 50, and then 200 tall, or 200 wide, 100 tall, because this is going to be one wide card. And then the color is all white. And then it notifies them this person has drawn the gingerbread card. Waits 1.5 seconds, then notifies they'll be teleported. Then it waits another 1.5 seconds and it teleports them. The next is the same thing for the peppermint card, except it teleports them somewhere else and it notifies them of a different card, of the peppermint card. Same for the gumdrop, same for the peanut, same for the lollipop, and same for the ice cream. So that's already 80, almost 90 lines already taken care of. It's the same thing, you're just changing a few lines of text. The next is the red card. There are 6 single red cards in the deck. So we put 6 out of 64 as the random. And if they have that, it gives them the history of the red box, which you see up on the screen, which is Drawn Card 1. The only 2 HUDs you're using are Drawn Card 1 and Drawn Card 2. That's because you're going to overwrite the HUDs no matter what. You're just changing the color at the very end. See how this one is 255.00255? But up here it's all 255 because that's what white is. The next is the double red, and there are 4 double red cards. So you're going to do this. You're going to copy this line and put it down here, and then you're just going to make a number 2 and shift it over by 150 pixels. So instead of 1050 for the X, it's 1200. And then all you have to do is copy both the red and double red and change the color values from 255.00 to 255.175.0. That will make it orange. Now for the double orange card, there's only 3 double orange cards in the deck. So the odds of getting that are 3 out of 64. Then we're copying the whole thing again and doing a yellow card, except for this is 4 out of 64 for the double. Copy the green again, and like the orange, it's 3 out of 64. Then blue is back to 4 out of 64. And purple is 6 out of 64 for the single cards. And then I put else as the double purple card, because what that's saying is like, if all of these above it are false, that would make it, this would be 6 out of 64 is wrong, this is 4 out of 64 wrong, that's 10 wrong, just on getting these 2 sections right here. So if you add all of it up, it will end up being to the point where the only choices left are these, and it will give it about 4 cards left. And then it ends the if, waits 5 seconds, and then I have a script to detect the turn. It just tells everybody this player's turn is over. So that's not even needed. And then for items, I put a chest and I made them get chance blocks, which draw a card, and a gold amulet, which if you swing a gold amulet, it actually shows you an overhead view, as you can see. And the licorice space, it gives them a history, and it notifies people that they landed on it. And then I took that script and I put it, if this was the licorice space, it tells you you're stuck, you lose a turn. Press this button if you landed here. You press it. Whoops, I swung my amulet. And then when you try to swing a card, oh, that's bad. I don't think I have the script in it. Yeah, I got the wrong script in there, that's what it is. Okay, if you push it, it says they landed on space. Now when you try to swing a card, it says you stuck and you skip a turn. That lets everybody know, okay, it's their turn to do that. And I think that might be all it... Oh, there's one reset game. It notifies a new game's being started, waits, teleports everybody that's on the board to the place that the game started. It gets rid of the 2 HUD bars, and it gets rid of all the histories from my detecting player script, which you don't need. And then the spectators and CCTV, it's just right above it. And I made sure to give them a swivel speed so they can move around and look at the board. And that's pretty much how to make Candyland in Total Miner.